All right, all right, all right. Let's fucking do it. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Dusty Smith Show. Tonight, I will be playing the part of Dusty Smith. So cool. Thank you for joining me. I don't know how to do it, folks. 3 shows a week, and I'm going to kill it again tonight. Have another amazing program. I appreciate you joining me. And Operation Purge 2.0 is still in effect, and it's actually going pretty well. For those of you who know what the fuck I'm talking about, I purged 1.0 back when I was sort of like an edgy atheist shitlord. And I got a lot of fans that were embarrassing, didn't fucking want them, so I purged my audience pretty good. I have not gained a single month of positive subscribers in 6 years. Every single month I lose subscribers. Usually I lose about 200 a month every single month for the last 6 years. But this month so far, 400. I've doubled my subscriber loss, so amazing. And not a bad thing, really. Trying to get rid of everybody who wants me to shut up and not hold the current administration responsible for the Palestinian genocide. They have to go. Fuck you. I'm ashamed of you. I don't really want you here. I actually feel icky when I entertain people that I feel like are horrible human beings. Like, I feel like I shouldn't be doing that. I feel like I'm pretty talented. I practiced my craft and got it down pretty well, and I don't want to entertain you. You don't deserve it. So fuck off. And the rest of you, though, I love you, and I appreciate you, and thank you for being here. And as always, Super Chats for the live out of the show. Here's where I beg for your money, those of you remaining. Please consider supporting the show on the Super Chats. Right here behind me, you'll see a chat, and under the chat, there's a $sign. Click the $sign, and then donate money, and then a Fat Dusty will pop up and eat your money. Make Fat Dusty eat your money. And the more you donate, the more serious I'll take a question, because I'm a hoe. Goodbye, my love of the Super Chats. I'll read everything, and we're going to read all of them at the end of the show and at halftime. So get them in early and often and support me and the Floating Cats. Hell yeah. Appreciate y'all. So let's go ahead and kick it off, folks, with tonight's very, very important top story. And the top story tonight is streamer Destiny getting divorced from his wife Melania or what, I don't know what the fuck name. I don't care, it doesn't matter. So anyway, you guys know who streamer Destiny is? Steven Bonnell, very popular, considered in most circles, I guess, to be on the left, a left-wing streamer. Now I know what you're saying, a lot of you are already typing it. Dusty, he's not on the left. Okay, fine, but a lot of people on the right do consider him to be on the left, and he is a representative for the left. And so they're dunking on him left and right and using his divorce to shit on lefties, which we're going to cover. But first, you guys might remember I actually had Steven Bonnell slash Destiny,
like, well, bricks are
which I think we all agree Destiny is a child's name. On my show, remember this? Young Dusty 5 years ago. When was this? 4 years ago, I had him on my show, and some people thought I was too nice. They were like, oh, Dusty, you sucked his dick. And I did. I sucked his dick. Because, like, to be honest with you, I had no idea who the fuck he was until, like, a day before he was on the show. Somebody's like, hey, get Destiny on the show. Get Destiny on the show. And I was like, all right, I'll invite him. And I invited him, and he said, I'll come on. I was like, I have no idea who the fuck this guy is. So I went to his YouTube, and I watched a bunch of his videos, and I tried to be as nice as I possibly could be because he had a large, what I thought at the time was a left-wing audience, many of which I would want for my own audience. Now I know, nah, it's toxic garbage soup over on the Destiny side. Don't really want most of those fuckos. Some of them are good. Some of them are good. Not going to shit on every one of Destiny's fans, but yikes, not the best. So anyway, we didn't really debate anything except for we debated one thing, and it was on veganism, and I fucking crushed his ass. And I did the same thing when Vosh was on. I crushed fucking Vosh's ass. I don't know how I'm not considered the greatest debater of all time. I beat Vosh, I beat Destiny, Drunken Peasants 3-on-1, crushing shit. It don't matter. Never get the credit, much like Donald Trump. Anyway, so, like I said, folks, there are many reasons to shit on Destiny. But in my opinion, his divorce is not one of them. All the chuds doing a victory lap, making fun of him for getting a divorce, attacking polyamory, which we're gonna talk about whether polyamory is actually a good idea or not. I know there's varying opinions. But none of these, in my opinions, are good reasons to shit on Steven Bonnell. In fact, I think a lot of it is jealousy, which we're going to get over in a minute. However, lots of really good reasons to shit on Destiny, and I have shit on him myself. And let me talk about a few of the reasons that I have shit on Destiny. First off, so Destiny is an edgelord. To me, he seems like he's sort of a sociopath. Like, he doesn't really care who he hurts, what he says, what harm his message, his narrative causes. As long as he's making money, getting attention, that's the kind of person he seems like to me. Now, he's very good at what he does, memorizing Wikipedia and then repeating it incredibly fast. And he's very confident. He's very brave. He'll do any show, get his name out there. And for some reason, shows actually invite him on there. Unlike me, no, even a bunch of these people said, hey, so-and-so show's going to have you on, Dusty. We talked to them and still haven't heard anything from anybody about it. They just won't have me on for whatever reason. It's fine. They invite Dusty on. But see, he's an edgelord. And so what he does is, what typical edgelords does, is he'll say something incredibly offensive, incredibly fucking horrible. And then when everybody reposts that, when the video goes viral, he'll have more nuanced takes in his longer streams. It'll be like, no, you're taking me out of context. And of course, his simps, he has basically his own cult, who will be like, oh my God, you're taking me out of context. That was 1 5-second clip. He really says this and this and this, but he's doing it on purpose in order to get attention and create outrage. For example, like this clip.
The rioting needs to fucking stop. And if that means like what?
Okay, let me, I gotta get rid of myself so you can actually see him in the corner down there. So right now he's talking about the riotings, the Black Lives Matters protests back, when the cops were killing everybody.
The rioting needs to fucking stop. And if that means like white redneck fucking militia dudes out there mowing down dipshit protesters that think that they could torch buildings at 10 p.m., then at this point they have my fucking blessing, because holy shit, this fucking shit needs to stop. It needed to stop a long time ago. Like, holy fuck.
So this is basically his take on the Kyle Rittenhouse situation. Yeah, hey, just go mow down black folks. And of course, I'm sure he'll say this was aimed at anybody who was doing property destruction, which also shouldn't be like a capital offense. That's complete fucking bullshit. But also, like, lots of innocent people get caught in the crossfire. This is a horrible, horrible thing to say, but it's easy for him to say, a white-passing, rich dude who sits on the internet and plays games all day and talks shit. Nothing will happen to him, so it's easy for him to put other people's lives in danger while he says shit like this. And then on his stream, he'll like have more nuanced takes, and they'll be like, you have to watch the 1,000,000 hours of his stream to really know what he means. But no, this is just edgelord shit, right? This is where you throw other people on the bus to get attention for yourself, and not the only time he's done this. First off, I don't know how you hang out with Nick Fuentes, Nazi, white supremacist, piece of shit Nick Fuentes, and have friendly conversations. I know they're debating, and he's trying to slap down what Nick says, but I think if you're in the room with a Nazi, it doesn't make you look fucking good. His wife in there feeding Nick Fuentes sandwiches, inviting him to his home, having friendly conversations. And there's a reason Nick Fuentes is coming on your platform. It's not because you're hurting him. It's because you're helping him get more views, subscribers, followers, fans, which is exactly what happened. You helped make him more popular. And I couldn't be in the same room with Nick Fuentes without slapping him in his fucking mouth, knocking his teeth down his goddamn throat. I think that's the way any decent person would behave. That's just my opinion. I think that makes you a shitty fucking person, which I called him out on. Both that and the Lauren Southern, which he continuously platformed. And then he's basically all pro-Israel now. Now, he has more nuanced takes than some of the things I'm going to show you, but once again, it's edgelord bullshit. He'll say something incredibly offensive or that justifies or glorifies murder and harm, like this one. Somebody says, Israel still doesn't exist. It's an entire entity we don't acknowledge, which he responds, bro, your country barely exists right now. LOL. Yeah, so funny. Israel genocide of your people, and Israel is ethnically cleansed you, is destroying all your infrastructure so you have nothing to return back to, destroying your schools and your hospitals and your medical centers so you can't even heal yourself when we bomb you. It's hilarious. And if you look at his Twitter feed, it's almost entirely pro-Israel apologetics, in my opinion. And his shitty fan base following suit and jumping on the bandwagon of support Israel. He doesn't really cover all the atrocities. Now, he'll say, just like David Pakman does, I think Israel is going too far. I don't think they should be bombing these kids. I don't think they should be killing these people. But it doesn't actually use this platform in any meaningful way to show what they're doing, to show the atrocities, to show the dead kids, to show the bombings. Instead, he's mostly quiet about that, and then basically does pro-Israel apologetics for them, right? And so, very obvious what he's doing. It's not just about what you say, it's about what you don't say, it's about what you cover and refuse to cover. Yeah, you can say every once in a while, hey, I think they shouldn't be so bad against those people. I don't think they should bomb them so much. Just so when people call you out for this, you can say, hey, I spoke out against it. But he doesn't really use his platform in any meaningful way to show what's happening. But mostly just apologizes for them, which is shitty, and says horrible, horrible bullshit such as this gentleman's going to slap him down for in this next clip.
Who spends about 8 hours a day in a gaming chair said, exchange each hostage for 100 pro-Hamas U.S. students. Good for Israel, good for USA, good for Hamas, educational for students. And it's interesting that he seems to be smearing all the students who are against Israel's ethnic cleansing and apartheid as being pro-Hamas. But I actually have a better idea, and I've been saying this since the war started. We should send these pampered American streamers like Destiny to Gaza so they can see firsthand the genocide that they're cheering on. I'm sure Destiny's only seen missile strikes in video games, so seeing one in real life would be very eye-opening. So yeah, Hamas, if you're watching this, give us the hostages. We'll give you Destiny and Ben Shapiro.
So, I wish you would quit being chicken shit and actually debate Norman Finkelstein. You know, if he was a real debate bro who was comfortable in his positions and
So
his
recently
platform,
online,
he would actually step the fuck up. But here's another really horrible thing he said in public. And of course, like I said, when everybody points this out, or whenever his fans see anybody pointing this out, they'll say, oh my God, you're taking it out of context. That was one clip. He has more nuanced takes. But the reason he's saying this is so this kind of thing will go viral, and he can get attention for it, regardless how awful it is.
Online gamer Destiny debated journalist Dan Cohen, who spent a lot of time in Israel and Palestine, and this clip really shows us everything that's wrong with American political streamers. The clip I'm about to show you is one that Dan Cohen tried playing during this debate, causing Destiny to rage quit the stream.
Honestly, I'm pro-genocide. It sounds really shitty, but I think that Israel should just draw up its fucking borders about where it is now, and basically Palestinians can go live in another place. That's really shitty, but that's about right.
You just think that Palestine should just pack up and Native American the fuck out of there?
The problem is that it seems like there is a hugely general hostility to Jewish people across really the entire world, the Middle East.
Gosh, how gross is it to watch these guys playing video games in their nice homes and advocating for the genocide of Palestinian children? Also, the argument he's using here, that Arabs are too violent, so we need to push them off their land, is the same argument that people use to argue for slavery or for segregation in America. They said the black people are just too violent, so we have to maintain an apartheid.
Anyway, just trash human, right? Now, see people based. You know, this is the kind of people he attracts. People that have nothing better to do, they come troll. You know, they're sad, bottom feeders. People that I would not want in my audience, which I'm glad that you guys don't like me. I'd rather you be here trolling than actually be fans of mine, because you're fucking embarrassing. And that's a giant portion of his audience. People you would think he would be embarrassed of, but he's not, because it makes him money. And if you go to his Twitter feed, it's mostly, when he talks about the conflict, it's mostly apologetics for Israel, shitting on Hassan, talking about no such thing as the pre-1967 borders. You can look at it for yourself if you want to. But what he's encouraging is actually worse than David Pakman, in my opinion. One-sided bullshit that, in my opinion, supports the genocide and ethnic cleansing going on in Palestine, which we're going to do another whole 45 minutes about. I would love any of these guys to actually start showing all these videos and then defending them, but they won't, in my opinion. They don't have the guts to do that. So that gets us to his divorce. Those are very good reasons to dislike Destiny. And there are some good reasons to like Destiny. Destiny canvassed for Democratic candidates, like wore holes in his shoes, walking from house to house to house, trying to get people to vote for Democrats. And he has a lot of great takes. I think I probably agree with him on the majority of the things he says. It's just the horrible edgelord shit that is a turnoff, and the hanging out with fucking Nazis and that type of thing. But one thing I cannot fault him for is his divorce, because that's really nobody's business specifically. I'm mainly going to cover this to show you the right-wing response to it and how they're using it to not just shit on him, but shit on the left. But first off, this is him. This is Steven Bonnell. Okay, first off, this is him, right? And this is his soon-to-be ex-wife. All right, so all I can do is fucking clap. All I can do is clap. I think a lot of this hatred for Steven is just jealousy. This dude should be an inspiration to every pencil neck geek on the face of the fucking planet. Look at this shit. What the fuck? So I can't hate on him for that. I gotta say, even I'm a little bit jealous in a way, not in another way. Like, I would really want a really hot girl like that if she's just gonna have sex with other people all the time, because I guess I am not secure enough in myself. I am more jealous than that. It would seem like it would be way stressful and not be worth it to me. But still, good on you, dude. Hell yeah. But apparently the honeymoon is over. He used to talk about it like this. Apparently they have an open relationship, an open marriage, where she can bang whoever she wants to, and he can bang whoever he wants to. And when people would call him out, call him a cuck for it, he would say stuff like this.
I'm in a poly relationship. The reason why I'm in a poly relationship is because I don't give a fuck if my girlfriend goes and fucks another guy, because I know she's coming back to me at the end of the night. Because we love each other. Because I'm a cool fucking person. I know that.
All right, well, she didn't, I guess. And there was one dude that he didn't really want her to fuck too bad, which is this guy. And I guess she has a type. She likes the super skinny pencil neck geek guys. Look at his arm, man. His arm is as big as I think my dick is. Not really, but I wish. But look, holy God. So she's not into like big burly dudes. I'll give her that. She keeping it light and whatever. Apparently he is some kind of I don't know, influencer. Seems like he's sort of broke. Here's what Destiny had to say about it. He's the one bringing all this stuff public, so this is the only reason I'm reading it, because he is bringing it public. It says, I'll have some small conversation when I'm back about things. I'm not going to nuke Melina or anything, but the last 2 months and 2 weeks have been a massive mindfuck for me, watching her become obsessed with a toxic, abusive guy. When I visited Sweden last, he gave Mel an ultimatum to divorce me and then threatened to kill himself. Very secure. When she didn't do it. Among 20 other abusive, manipulative things she's done, or he's done, and endlessly makes excuses for him, so I'm out. Destiny. Anyway, have fun with movies for 3 days. Good luck. See ya on the 9th or 10th. Destiny. Josh, yeah, me discovering boundaries was the death knell in this relationship. This proves every point I've ever made. Girls can leave you for jobless, manipulative losers if they just play their cards right. I wanted a massive therapy session to see if I could express myself better and iron out some boundaries, but it's hard for me to ask for anything if I've been a pushover for so many years. So yeah, it seems stressful. Seems real stressful. And here's the guy that I guess Destiny don't like. Seems like she could do better, but also seems like she could do better with Destiny, so what the fuck do I know? Anyway, I kind of feel bad too if my wife was making videos like this. Let me try it again. Start over video. Do it. With the sound. God damn it, put the fucking sound. Why does this, and you can't rewind it? You can't do shit. If you turn it on and then you do this, it doesn't turn the audio on. It's so stupid.
Can you get me laid?
Yeah.
When?
Today.
With?
Your mom.
I don't want that. Wait, who's my mom?
Me.
Yeah! Yay!
Hi,
I'm gonna get laid by Destiny's wife. So anyway, that's why I'm glad I don't have a girl like this, because I could not handle that. I don't know if it's insecurity. I don't know what it is, but I like, loyalty. Don't want to think about you going and banging other dudes. I actually have gone out with some extremely attractive women, not like seriously, not long term or anything. But when I was in Denver, I dated some attractive women who thought I was rich because I was on YouTube. Anyway, but like, you go to the restaurant and I go to the bathroom and I come back and there'll be dudes at the table hitting on her. Stuff like that. So you got to be incredibly fucking secure, or no, she is so down for you, you ain't got nothing to worry about. Otherwise, it's too stressful. And I learned a lot of lessons too. like how superficiality is not the best way to be. I mean, looks are fine and everything, but the most important thing is loyalty. Somebody who's going to be completely down for you, somebody you ain't got to worry about, somebody's going to have your back. That's way, way more important than superficiality, in my opinion. But anyway, a lot of the rightoids out there are going back in the archives and finding videos of them talking about their relationship, and they're posting them in order to make fun of them.
Have you figured it out? Like, it seems like
I feel like we figure out things more and more, like when it comes to like what's a good person for us to hang out and what's not a good person for us to hang out with, or like I probably have more opinions on like who he hangs out with because he likes the fucking psychos.
Yeah, so you like to surround.
He likes the not like the crazy ones, like the baby trap sort of women. That's the ones, and
so
I don't like that because that affects me.
That affects your game theoretically.
We are laughing. We are laughing. And then here's one. What is this one? Oh, yeah. Apparently, Sovereign Bra. Oh, my God. Why are they going to these shows? Anyway, apparently predicted their divorce.
God forbid this happens. Will it be fun if this open relationship ends up causing things to fall apart down the line if one of you guys finds yourself in an entanglement, so to speak, with with somebody who you might find a deeper connection with than the other person? Like if that causes the relationship to fall apart, that probably wouldn't be very fun.
No, it would be horrible, and it would be sad.
Do you guys have a high degree of confidence that your marriage will last for decades?
I mean, I married her without a prenup, so I fucking hope so. Okay, or else this motherfucker's gonna be.
My wife fucks other guys.
Yeah, should have got that prenup. Should have got that issue at Geico. Have you not learned anything from Kanye, Destiny? Come on now. And then people are using pictures like this to make fun of him. Destiny, the face of BreadTube. See, even if you don't think he's on the left, a lot of rightoids do think he's on the left. He is a representation of us. Encapsulated in one image, he is arguing semantics with people online while losing his wife right in front of him. This is what worshiping liberalism does to you, turns you into a hollow shell of a man. Hey, don't use him to represent all of us. I guarantee you Destiny does not represent most of us, okay? And then Sneeko, who I've talked about before, makes like $20 million a year influencing young kids, young boys mostly, by acting like a complete dickhead. So him and his ilk are taking victory laps because I guess they've had run-ins. They're enemies with Destiny. Here's some of the shit they're putting out.
It's over. And I actually feel bad for Destiny, because I'm going to be honest, I've known this couple for a while, and I knew this was going to happen. It was very obviously inevitable.
Sneak was like, I knew this would happen when I went balls deep in Melina, almost in front of Zerka. So I was like, I gotta go. Sneak was like, God damn, I feel bad. I hate this kid, bro. This kid is so adorable.
That this woman was going to get a green card and then leave him. Because they got married, she cheated when they got married. She was with another guy, and then they took her from the other guy. And I think she was engaged.
Yeah, I like that.
Of course you're gonna do it again. How you meet a girl is how you leave a girl. That's how the relationship ends, and it's the same way it starts. And I feel bad because I knew this was gonna happen. She invited me to Europe, bro. Bumbucka! Like maybe 2-3 months ago, she was texting me a lot, and then she invited me to come and visit her in Sweden, and then go to a music festival with her and her friend. And I actually, like, even though all the disagreements I've had, all the shouting matches I've had with Destiny, however many times he's tried to discredit what I talk about, and, you know, just a lot of disagreements. A lot of, like, attacks, little... All that. I saw when I got the text message, like, from his wife, come visit me in Europe. And I was like, bro, fuck. Can't do this, man.
She has no taste, clearly.
No, Sneeko, that was Zerka. I'm the one that's like, You're the one that was like, The Christians said no. The Muslims said, giddy up. Stop it.
So anyway, this is why I'm not that jealous. Thinking my girl was having sex with Sneeko, wouldn't be able to sleep at fucking night. Wouldn't be able to look at her. Wouldn't be able to stand her. And then, of course, he's taking more laps.
I don't give a fuck if my girlfriend goes and fucks another guy because I know she's coming back to me at the end of the night. Because we love each other. Because I'm a cool fuck.
I can't play that clip. They'll immediately copyright my show for playing the Curb Your Enthusiasm music. God damn it. And then his good buddy, who he brought to his house, fed sandwiches, treated with respect, also shitting on him. And I don't really feel sorry for him about this. If you're going to be nice to people like this, you sort of deserve it.
If liberalism's such a good system, why'd your marriage fall apart? If being in an open relationship is such a great thing, why didn't your marriage work out? And I think the wife is in love with me. And that's the other thing, is not only are they divorced, but I think his wife is actually in love with me. Because she keeps talking about me in a heavily sexualized way. And that would reveal that she's having sexual thoughts about me. And so he's married to and is now divorced by the woman who had sexual thoughts for me, the man who single-handedly ruined his career and destroyed his credibility. I took him and I broke him, and his wife is in love with me. And his wife is sort of in love with me and looking at me like she wants to have sex with me.
So super classy, talking about the guy's wife. But like when you lay down with dogs, you get fleas. That's what the fuck happens. And that's my coverage of the Destiny, a divorce situation. What do you guys think about a poly relationship? Can you handle it? Are you secure enough? I am not. I don't like sex that much, though. It's like not good enough. Nobody can love me as good as I can love myself. So what's the fucking point? Delusion. Yes, of course. He's trolling is what he's doing. He's just being a piece of shit because that's what he does for a living. Destiny is as liberal as Matt Gaetz. I mean, he has some like left-wing positions, and he does go out there and canvass for Democratic candidates. I'll give him that. Destiny fucks. Definitely does fucks. I give him that. I mean, if you're into that sort of thing, seems like there are a lot of women that are attracted to him. I saw the girl that was having sex with her dog. Remember that? She was seen to be all into Destiny. So there's that. You can always fall back on the dog sex girl. I love how everything that isn't conservative, Christian values aligned, is always liberal. Yes, they'll use anything they can to shit on leftism or liberalism. Fuentes is a lying incel. Yes, he is, by his own admission. IDA sex is too much work. I know, right? I'm saying, too much fucking effort when you can just jack off and go about your fucking day. You gotta talk to him, gotta shower afterwards. What the fucking point of all that? A poly relationship with loyalty, my partner and I would welcome a third if we ever found the right one. A unicorn, that's what they call that. But seems like it doesn't go well most of the time. I do know one poly couple that's still together. They got married, and they've been together for a long time, but only one. So, not a good track record. I'm exclusive to Pamela Henderson. She's hot. And her 4 sisters. Fuentes is in the closet. True story. Wants the D. Probably wants to fuck Sneeko more than he wants to fuck Melina. What else we got? She's your bestie, then it's easy. You mean the third person or your wife? Either way, I don't know. Seems like it's not worth the risk just for sex to me. But, and like I said, I'm too jealous. I guess I'm not secure enough or whatever, but I not into it. Too stressful. He's a catch compared to Fuentes, definitely. But, I mean, that's a very fucking low bar, isn't it? And, all right, let's move along, folks. Get your super chats in. It's time for some Trash World. Trash World! The Trash World! It's a dumpster fire! It's hellish! A Trash World! The Trash World! Everything sucks. All of the time on the Trash World. The first time of the Trash World, you know it's trash, folks, when I spread misinformation. I did it again. I spread misinformation. This time it wasn't my fault. It was everywhere. All over the Twitters, all over the internet. Everybody was saying it was true. Guys, remember when I told you that this is the man that stabbed Derek Chauvin? Remember I told you that? It's not. He's not the dude that did it. Apparently they never released the picture of the dude that did it, but it was somebody in a Latin gang. So I'm guessing somebody who's Latin. I thought it was somebody who was black. Because I'm racist, I guess. Just because the prisons are mostly black and then he killed a black man, I just figured, you know, probably a black guy that did it. But no, it wasn't this guy. It was, I'm guessing, maybe racist again. But I'm guessing since they say it was somebody from a Latin game, it was probably somebody who's Latin. Don't know. But anyway, my bad. But also, just barely my fault this time. Sorry. Record corrected. And then you guys know who Jonathan Majors is? Like one of the hot new stars coming up. He was in Creed 3. Was great in Creed 3. He's beefcake and shit. Well, played Kang in one of the Ant-Man movies. Great fucking actor whose career is now completely fucking over. Ruined it, destroyed it by beating up his women's bad life decisions. Anyway, they got text messages. Jonathan Majors appears to admit physically attacking ex-Grace Jabari in text messages entered into evidence. And I fear you have no perspective of what could happen if you go to the hospital, he said after he, I guess, beat her up and she was in pain. Her head was hurting. I guess she was concerned maybe she had a concussion, you know, which should kill you. You could have a brain bleed and die. They will ask you questions. And as I don't think you actually protect us, it could lead to an investigation. If you do lie and they suspect something, yeah, fuck your life. Fuck if you're potentially going to die or not. What about my career? Think about me. I will tell the doctor I bumped my head, she cried. That's what they always say. I ran to the door. I will tell the doctor I bumped my head if I go. I'm going to give it one more day, but I can't sleep. And I need some stronger painkillers. That's all. Why would I tell them what really happened when it's clear I want to be with you? I love you. I don't care how much you kick the shit out of me. You're famous as fuck and you're ripped. Great actor. I forgive you for beating me up. And then he did basically what Melania's new boyfriend did, or Melina, or whatever the fuck her name is. He's like, I'm going to kill myself. He said, last night I considered killing myself versus coming home. I need love too. Or maybe I'm such a monster and a horrible man, I don't deserve it. And I should just kill myself. In this way, my existence is miserable. I want to die. It just goes to show you that even if you have it all, even if you're hot, ripped, I'm sure he's well off, a famous actor, beautiful women, still that doesn't mean you're going to be happy. I will go to the doctor I will not go to the doctor if you don't feel safe with me doing so, she said, or don't trust me to. I promise you, I would never mention you, but understand your fear. And then he says, I will probably kill myself. It's not really contemplating anymore. I'm a monster, a horrible man, not capable of love. I'm killing myself soon. So, yeah, cry for help and attention and whatnot. And not a very secure human being. So, career over, basically. Don't do that. Learn from his mistakes. And then, in the trash world, this woman 9 years ago posted a comment. 1 star. Your products are not used for crowd control. They are being used as tools of repression. But I'm sure you already know this. Did you know your products are now causing cancer in Gezi Park protesters? How do you sleep at night? Shareholders of combined systems. I'm disgusted your business operates in my state. I guess they sell noxious tear gas in Pennsylvania. And so the person who owns the company finally responded and said, then don't protest and you won't get gassed. Oh my God. Bad response, owner of the company. Protest is American as apple pie. It's our First Amendment right. You don't have the right to torture us for protesting, dipshit. And I'm sure he has enough fuck you money where he don't care. Meanwhile, remember I showed you this video on the last show where the guy walks up and punches the other guy carrying the baby and the baby falls over in the stroller and he just walks off. Well, apparently they've arrested him. He's a guy that I guess hates Asian people, just walks around and tries to assault Asian people. He assaulted another teenager, sort of got his ass kicked from what I'm hearing. He just came up from behind me and grabbed me. This is another guy, not the guy from the stroller. He tried to hit the back of my head first, and then he tried kneeing my body. I protected myself pretty good. I hit him in the stomach, but it wasn't really that effective. He kept grabbing my shirt. He threw me. He kind of tossed me into the bushes. I rolled down a little hill. He just walked off, didn't say anything. So yeah, arrested. Hate crime. Leave them agents alone. And then another week, another mass shooting. This time at UNLV. 3 people were killed by a former professor. I guess another Asian dude. From what I hear, he was a professor himself, and he was trying to get jobs other places, and I guess some of his students gave him bad grades. You can do that online. Your students can go in and they can say, hey, this professor's shitty. And he didn't get the jobs he wanted. So he's like, all right, I'm just going to go kill everybody. So he walked up in the school with a handgun and murdered 3 people before he himself got killed. So hooray, America. UNLV shooter who killed 3 people was a retired professor, conspiracy theory believer, and Alex Jones fan, shocker, who included the Rothschilds family among powerful organizations bent on world domination, which reminds me, apparently they're bringing Alex Jones back to Twitter/X, according to Elon Musk, which is his platform. He can do whatever he wants to, but don't be surprised when the advertisers do not return. And all right, that's my quick trash world. Actually, I think this what the fuck is not what the fuck. Is that a what the fuck or is that trash world? Oh, it's not. I'll just move it down to what the fuck, and then we'll do it in the what the fuck area. That makes more goddamn sense. Hell yeah. All right. And trash world, is that it? Boom, done. Hell yeah. What you guys think about that? And this guy was educated. He was a professor, so I would only assume. Better watch out for those Asian gangs in prison. They'll put a knife in him with the quickness. You mean the first guy. The second guy would join the Asian gang, I'm guessing. So the second guy got to put a knife in the first guy. Watch your back. Look at Aunt Hess. She's killed herself, driving recklessly. She did. Almost like it was sort of suicidal, though. That's what it looked like to me. All right. Next up, a very quick religious bullshit sing along. Religious bullshit, religious bullshit, religious bullshit. It's time for religious bullshit. It is time for religious bullshit. Oh man, first off, I bet you can't guess. Can never guess. It's always different. No, it's always the same. Pennsylvania pastor arrested on child sex charges. A Butler County pastor is in jail Wednesday evening after engaging in what state police are calling inappropriate sexual contact with 2 minors. Herman Clarence Rushing Jr., 67. And yeah, it's only been 1 day since my last show, so of course I have a couple of these. Oh my God, imagine leaving your kid alone with this dude. How are they not charging these parents as accessories? Missouri pastor arrested on child molestation charges. An independent pastor is facing child molestation charges. Court documents state that multiple people under the age of 18 accused Virgil Marsh of sexually assaulting them between 2011 and 2018. Marsh, 71, is now in Jackson County Jail. Good God. It's always the ones you most expect. Creepy as fuck. And homophobia, that is now a cornerstone of all Christian messages. I guess it's always been. But here's Pastor Mark Driscoll to make some homophobic jokes for us.
Can I tell you my Taylor Swift story? So I walk into the store with the guy stuff, and there's a couple of young gals, teens or 20s, working there, very extroverted, very nice, and they're talking. They're like, hey, we love your shirt. I said, oh, it's a Taylor Stitch. They got very excited. Oh, how did I not know that Taylor Swift is now making men's clothes? I was like, They're like, where did you order that? We need to get some Taylor Swift clothes for our boyfriends. My first thought was, any guy who will wear a Taylor Swift shirt should be an ex-boyfriend. That's just my first thought. I was like, no, I didn't say Taylor Swift. I said Taylor Stitch. I'm like, oh. And then they look at me, they're like, are you a Swiftie? I have boots. I have a beard. I'm in my 50s. I have a perfect record of unblemished heterosexuality.
Okay, first off, no way this guy has not had lots of cum in his beard in his life. Just saying. I also have a beard. I own boots and love me some Taylor Swift. Not in my 50s, but almost in my 50s. So has nothing to do with that. Me not think you protest too much.
Let me ask the young women, who is Taylor Swift dating? Some would say Travis Kelce. That's the wrong answer. Here's the right answer. Who cares? That's the right answer.
I mean, clearly you do, because you know. Why do you know if you don't care? And then, last but not least, apparently Rob Reiner is putting out a new anti-Christian movie about Christian nationalism. I mean, it almost seems kind of dated at this point. I guess it's just me because I've been covering atheism for 15 years now, but I'm glad he's doing it. Here's the trailer.
America and Christianity are like baseball and apple pie, and we celebrate them together.
I was 16, 17 years old when I became a Christian.
I'm an evangelical minister.
I've been a Christian my whole life.
I'm a Christian nationalist. I have nothing to be ashamed of because that's what most Americans are.
Is Christian nationalism Christian? No, it isn't.
We should be blazing forth as a countercultural example, and instead, we're leading the charge of malice and division.
Christian nationalism uses Christianity as a means to an end, that end being some form of authoritarianism.
Being a Christian is about the values of inclusion. Christian nationalism is certainly not based on the values of the gospel.
God wants America to be saved.
God.
They're told over and over and over again that you're in danger.
You need to fight if you don't want to lose your country.
We are in a civil war between good and evil.
This is not a movement about Christian values. This is about Christian power.
What happens to the people who don't believe this stuff? We
are on the precipice.
God is on our side. We're taking our nation back.
The thing that keeps me up at night is that we lose democracy.
Does that seem possible?
Yes.
You already lost it.
Christianity at its best is committed to love and truth and justice. If we do this right, what a country we will be.
You guys have never read the Bible ever. It's horrible. You can tell they never read it. Reading the Bible make an atheist so fucking quick. And yes, I've been almost 50 for 3 years. I'll be 49 in March. I just started calling myself almost 50 early. So when I get 50, it won't seem like a big deal anymore. Hell yeah. More than a pretty face. And that's my religious bullshit. Hell yeah. Get your super chats in, folks. What you guys think about that? You gonna watch that movie? It does seem kind of dated. Like Religionless came out a long time ago. Far Cry 5. Good game. I played that in VR. Read the full project 2025. I've covered it. It's scary as shit. What's that white powder? Are you talking to me? Talking about this? I can't remember what so this is not, they do have something called kabuki. This is not what I have. I have the generic form of kabuki, but I just put it in this bottle because it's easier, but I get like a plastic bag full from Amazon, but I can't remember what the fuck it's called. Just search hair powder. It'll come up. You'll find it. If that was your question, I assume. VeggieTales is actually based on bullshit. 52 as well, Jenny. Hell yeah. You guys are leveling up faster than I am. Slow down. And all right, let's move on, folks. Time for some Chud Watch. Chud Watch. Talking about Chud Watch. We talk about Chuds and make fun of them. Woo! And first off on a Chud Watch. On cross-examination, today's expert Trump witness revealed that he was paid $877,000. He was paid like how much per hour? They broke it down. $1,350 an hour to testify and say that Trump didn't commit any fraud whatsoever. And I believe him. Haters are going to say, hey, you're only saying that because they're paying you $1,350 an hour. But hell no, his integrity is so much that has nothing to do with it. Prove him wrong. There we go. Boom. Haha, yeah. Wrong screen dust. It don't matter. You don't need to see that motherfucker. It's all good. That's what he looks like anyway. The fucking sellout. And then, on the Chud Watch, Meggie and Kelly threatening us once again. If we dare put Trump in jail for the crimes he does, America gonna burn, y'all.
I don't think anybody thinks anything really changed as a result of last night. So once again, Trump won because if nothing changed, he's the winner. He's 50 points ahead. So now what, guys? Andy McCarthy had an editorial on National Review saying he really thinks Judge Shuckin might not let Trump go free on bond when he is likely convicted in that federal case in D.C.
Worried he might flee to Russia. I wouldn't put him out on bond either.
There will be riots. The country will burn if she sends him to jail prior to November 2024. And Andy's the smartest guy we all know, is saying, don't rule it out. So where do we go from this day to that?
Do not threaten me with a good time. Holy shit. If you guys get out of line, we'll slap you fucking down. Stomp a mud hole in you and walk you dry. Treat you like the fucking terrorist you are. Just like every other dipshit who said similar to you, who stepped out of fucking line. What happened to him? Do it, Medjian. You first. You the one trying to spread this violence. You the one trying to instigate. Step up, bitch. And then, from the files of things that age poorly, Kevin McCarthy resigning at the end of the month. He quit. They took his speakership away from him. And he's like, fuck this. I'm taking my ball and going home. But he was singing a very different tune just a few months ago.
I mean, your question is, just give up and quit. I'm the wrong guy to ask that question to. I never quit. I'm not working for some member sitting in our office. I'm working for this country, and I'm never going to give up on the American people. I'm going to work every day. And you know what? If I come up short today, I'm going to work harder tomorrow. That's what I do. I mean,
that's what I do, but you quit. You are a quitter. Nothing you say means anything. Just like every other fucking conservative. And then you think they can see through their own message. You think they will get it. They're so close. Representative Marjorie Trader Queen is like, there are major staffing shortages reporting in every sector, from big companies to small businesses to police departments to air traffic control. We have a population loss that is starting to show severe effects because over 63 million people have been murdered in the womb. It's almost like we need immigration. We need people from other countries, the best of other countries, who want to come over here and work, make a better life for themselves and their family. Taxpayers to come over here and take care of the aging population. You would think you realize that, but nope. Secure the border, shut them down, deport everybody, so I guess we can just have nobody take care of us when we're old. Social Security's going to run out. I guess we could just lay in bed and shit ourselves and die because we didn't have immigrants to take care of us. Come on now. I had trouble just finding people to help me fix up my house, and I'm going to pay a decent rate, at least $15 an hour, you know, just for stuff around the house. Can't find anybody to do it. It's not that people don't want to work. It's that everybody has fucking jobs, 2 and 3 jobs these days. We need more immigrants. Just saying. Love me some Mexican immigrants. Love all immigrants, but Mexican folks, very hard workers. And there's several of them around here, and they're all cool as fuck. I have Mexicans next door. Love my Mexican neighbors. And Matt Walsh. I'll give Matt Walsh one thing. At least he's fucking honest. All the other conservatives want to lie, pretend like they don't believe the shit that they believe, but he's just saying the shit directly out loud.
So expanding voting rights in this way is obviously not what you do if you actually care about the future of our country, or if you want to preserve our democracy. I mean, you could say that the most effective way to undermine our democracy is to let too many people participate in it. So you undermine the democracy by letting too many people into it. Like,
just white landowners, white male landowners. That's what we should have, folks. Gotta have some skin in the game. That's the only people that should be able to vote, right? Let's take it back to the Jim Crow era. But it's what I told you all the time, folks. They hate democracy. They don't want people to vote, because the more people that vote, the worse they do. Always, always, for fucking ever. So at least he's admitting it, folks. Hats off to you for that, I guess, you giant fucking piece of shit. And then Vivek Ramaswamy using his time on a national debate stage to push white supremacist conspiracy theories. I don't know if you looked in the mirror or not, Vivek, but you ain't white, brother.
I think the real enemy is not Donald Trump. It's not even Joe Biden. It is the deep state that at least Donald Trump attempted to take on. And if you want somebody who's going to speak truth to power, then vote for somebody who's going to speak the truth to you. Why am I the only person on the stage, at least, who can say that January 6th now does look like it was an inside job? That the government lied to us for 20 years about Saudi Arabia's involvement in 9/11? That the Great Replacement theory is not some grand right-wing conspiracy theory, but a basic statement of the Democratic Party's platform. That the 2020...
All right, first off, nobody's stopping white people from fucking, Vivek Ramaswamy. There's no vast conspiracy theory that kept me from having children. I ain't got no children because I don't want no fucking children, okay? Because I live in a modern society where I have video games, VR, the golden age of television, and I don't like kids. If I wanted to have kids, I would fucking have kids. Ain't no Democratic conspiracy theory. If you want to fuck white people, fuck.
Election was indeed stolen by big tech.
Anyway, so then he goes on to like and retweet Nick Fuentes, speaking of Booger Eat Nick Fuentes, directly spreading white supremacist talking points. Here he is, Vivek Ramaswamy, reposted. Wow, Vivek Ramaswamy just stated the Great Replacement is not a conspiracy theory, but government policy. Time to mainstream this discussion across the West. He says he posts a Nick Fuentes video. So super cool, Ramaswamy. Spread that white supremacy. Conservatives are amazing. And that's my Chud Watch. You guys going to vote for the Ramaswamy? You know you're going to. He's the best among us. Ramalama ding dong. They cheer the conspiracy theorists. Of course they do. Dim bulbs, barely even sentient. They love the ruling elite. Of course they do. They need somebody to tell them what to think. Every fucking Trump supporter. It's called an oligarchy. It is, but they love it. They love to be ruled. They love to be lied to. They love to be controlled. Replacing whites with brown people. Like, I literally don't give a shit what color people are. What the fuck does it matter? How much melanin you have in your skin. It's just so stupid. But nobody is stopping white people from having kids, right? Except perhaps capitalism. When it costs $20,000 to have a kid these days, when it's so fucking expensive, it's like, what, $1 million of the life of a kid or some shit like that? So yeah, maybe capitalism. Capitalism doesn't seem to be hurting a lot of the other demographics who make less than white people. So yeah, it's just we choosing not to have kids, right? I'm glad I had that fucking option. Finally. We have birth control and shit. And you gotta have no annoying kids running around. And I do not give a shit about my genetics going on. I'll be dead. What the fuck do I care when I'm dead? I don't. That's the answer to that. We need little mini-me's. I'll fucking give you guys my sperm. As long as I don't have to see the kid, raise it, pay for it. You can have all the little mini-me's run around you want to. I'll whack it a cup for you. Holler at me. So glad I have no kids. Me too. Best decision I ever made. Maybe I'll have when I'm like 80. I'll be an old dag. I'll just like squirt one out and then die. Works for me. And all right. Moving along, folks. Still got a Karen section? Holy shit. I told you I had a good show for you guys tonight. Long one. Got a Karen section coming up. Got a Beyond parody. And then a what the fuck? All before halftime. So reward me for all this on the world's greatest show. But now, haven't done a Karen section in a while. Let's play the theme. It's clear you're just a mess. You should be caring less. It's obvious you're completely out of touch. 'Cause, bitch, you're caring too much. Ding dong. And first off, Disney Karen no likey the Mexicans.
And this person just heard me speak Spanish, and she said, great, you're a fucking Mexican, right? Repeat what you just said. You have a problem with people that speak Spanish in your country, right? Yeah. Repeat what you just said. It's America. What did you just say to me? You don't speak Spanish. What did you just say to me? What did you say to me? Speak clearly what you said to me.
What a great representative of America she is.
You know what you said.
I guess she is.
You're racist. I speak in children. I have a child, and I speak Spanish to my child, and you have a problem with that?
That one looks like she's walking fine.
Right?
She's going to get in a scooter.
You have a problem with it.
Be pushed around.
I can speak Spanish to whoever I want to. We're free to speak Spanish wherever the heck we want. You are no one to tell me that this is your country. You're no one to tell me to speak what language, because I know what I want to speak, and it's not my fault that you're not bilingual, and obviously you don't know Spanish.
And I'm white and
is that a problem to you? What I speak in? Is it a problem to you? It's a problem to you both that I speak Spanish? That's a problem to you, right?
It's offensive that you use that bathroom when she's in a wheelchair.
No. Your comment was racist and it had nothing to do with using the restroom.
I hate Mexicans. It's true.
Awesome.
There
it is. Whoop, there it is.
You're telling the wrong person that. You are really telling the wrong person that. Regardless of me having a child or not, I'm at least showing my son boundaries that he could speak whatever language he wants also. So don't think that because I have a child, I'm not going to stand up for him or me. Being handicapped has nothing to do with being racist. Yeah, both of these people have a problem with me speaking Spanish to my son. You have a problem. You have a problem with it, right? You have a problem with it? Yeah,
not making any friends in the bathroom at Disneyland. That is not the place to be racist. I mean, no place is the place to be racist. But if you have to be racist in your own house with your racist shithead family, that's where I would do it. But they'll be dead of heart attacks and diabetes before too long, so it's all good. And you guys read this crazy story where this Karen mom took her son to fight another kid, and then when her son starts getting whooped, she pulls out a gun and starts pistol whipping the young boy who's fighting her son.
A mother is accused of orchestrating an attack against a John Marshall high school student. 38-year-old Amanda Lopez was arrested over the weekend for the incident. Police say it happened before school on October 27th. KENS 5's Vanessa Croy explains how the violence unfolded.
Amanda Lopez is accused of pistol whipping a teenage boy and then pointing a gun at bystanders who tried to intervene. And according to investigators, this wasn't a random attack. Is that him? Police say those were the words of 38-year-old Amanda Lopez as she drove her son to a parking lot near John Marshall High School, where a teenage boy was waiting for the bus to take him to school. This is all according to an arrest affidavit accusing Lopez of driving her son to attack a 15-year-old boy who told officers he didn't even know who she was. But for reasons we don't know, her son allegedly knew the other teen and the two started fighting. Police documents report that a witness jumped in to try to stop the brawl when Lopez allegedly pulled out a gun, threatening the Good Samaritan and the crowd to get back so the boys can continue fighting.
I only
the
wish there
brawl
were
finally
video of
ended
this.
when the boys got tired, officers say, but police say Lopez wasn't finished. According to the arrest warrant, the mom then approached the teen victim, telling him to go back to his country, saying, quote, "You can get shot here." The teen victim fought back, but police say Lopez pulled out her gun again and pistol whipped the boy in the head 3 times. The boy was only able to get away when the bus pulled up and the teen got on, finally able to escape the attack. Tonight, Lopez is facing charges of deadly conduct with a firearm and aggravated assault. She has since posted bond and will be back in court next month.
The following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
The fat one is her kid. Definitely plump, chunky, husky, whatever you want to say. Got a gun. Put it away, dummy.
Ain't nobody fucking getting in. Ain't nobody getting in. Go ahead, take the deal. Stay fucking back.
You can't fight. They don't have to throw a fucking punch.
Get out the way. Get out the way.
He's too doughy for this. Got no stamina. He's slapping.
Fucking pussy. Now chill out. No, you chill out. Now you run that shit again. You gonna get fucking shot. Okay, so you wanna fucking do that? Go fucking have it.
Got your mama and her son on. And then everybody jump in. Here comes the gun.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, you going to jail. What the fuck are you thinking? I'm guessing maybe she thought the other boy was bullying her son, but that's not how you handle that situation. Nope, now you're going to be without a mama for a while. Who going to protect your fat son without his mama? Think, woman, think. And then one more, Karen. Finish this off with. Third one's a charm. Racist Karen attacks these workers because she's mad. They're taking all the jobs. I don't know if this is old or not. It says 21 days ago, so fuck everybody, y'all.
American hero. Dude, green card.
Drunk.
Green
Papers, please.
Verification. How many jobs? Yeah. I want to know. Yes. I want green card. I want to see your damn green card. I did not try to throw him off.
Yeah, but you did. You see? You did.
Did a little bit.
Okay, and I'm going to prove it. I'm going to prove it.
You think you're
yes, ma'am.
going to...
I'm going to get you in trouble.
Well, go ahead, sir.
I don't know what kind of medication you are.
I'm not on any kind.
You are like drunk on something medication.
I'm not drunk.
But I promise you, this is not the way that you...
I'm tired of your fucking coming over here and taking our jobs.
Taking whose jobs? You're not doing that job, ma'am. Are you doing that job?
No.
Show me your green card.
Are you doing that job?
I asked for a green card.
How is it? We need a green card?
Yes.
For what? You need a green card to be here?
You need a green card.
You need a green card to be here.
Let them. I will show. I will tell every member of this association that they're hiring illegal aliens to do trash jobs.
I walk with you to tell them. Come on.
Yes.
Let's go.
No.
I'll go with you.
Now I will call a meeting.
She's leaving in 11 and 14.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chris. Oh, Miss Karen.
Lay off the sauce, Grandma. I would say you're about to lose your job, but you ain't got no fucking job. Definitely retired. Got nothing better to do but sit around and drink all day. Probably taking medications you're not supposed to mix with alcohol. All bad, all awful, but hey, America. And that's my Karens. We need more Mexicans, not less. What the fuck, Karens? Don't chase them away. Got all kinds of work. She's totally not drunk, I know, right? Sober as I am. Her gerbs. She's taking her gerbs. Day drinking is not her friend. Nope. Neither is reality. Being a decent person. None of that. She needs some D. Needs something. I don't know anybody who'd want to give her that D, but maybe somebody will take one for the team. And all right, let's move along, folks. It's time for some Beyond Parody. Beyond Parody! And Reefer Madness is back, folks. This is actually another Karen. Could have put her in the Karen section, but instead, she's in the Beyond Parody section because she is Beyond Parody. What year is this?
Ohio voters were fooled into thinking marijuana is less harmful than alcohol.
All right, stop. Yes, marijuana is way, way less harmful than alcohol. Alcohol is one of the nastiest drugs there is. Trust me, I know. I've done lots of fucking drugs. Alcohol, horrible. Has probably destroyed more lives than heroin. Killed way more people than heroin. If you include drunk driving and shit, destroys your liver, destroys your health, destroys your relationships. Alcohol, nasty as fuck. And weed basically just makes you happy, sleepy, a little bit lazy, maybe hungry. But I drive great on fucking weed. I don't need more because I don't smoke weed. But I smoke weed and driven a million times. Never had a single accident. Never got a ticket. No fucking problems. Maybe if you smoke some fucking weed, you chill the fuck out, know better.
It's not. One swallow of alcohol can induce psychotic behaviors. But one swallow of a marijuana edible can. One hit off a potent THC vape can.
Yeah, I mean, if you're like very susceptible to that anyway, maybe. But if you're so susceptible to that anyway, then probably a drink would. Probably a swift breeze would, right?
And 2 hits from a marijuana bong can. That's what happened to Bryn Spacer in Thousand Oaks, California.
Oh, no.
After just 2 hits off a bong of marijuana flower.
The marijuanas?
Bryn experienced cannabis.
He smoked the flower? No.
Induced psychosis.
Oh, no, not cannabis.
Ohio voters were deceived by well-funded lobbyists and campaigns that disguise the effects of this powerful drug.
So powerful, y'all.
Even though the facts prove marijuana legalization in other states has failed, is a threat to public health and safety.
It is not.
And a racist policy that targets disadvantaged communities. The opponents of marijuana legalization were way underfunded, and this information was not readily available to Ohio voters. It's not a fair fight, but thankfully, members of this committee are the gatekeepers that can lessen the impacts of this marijuana bomb.
Oh my God, I don't like it, so nobody can have any. Way to ruin everybody's fun, Karen. I bet you're a blast at parties. And then on Beyond Parody, I'll put this under the trash world because George Santos is making about $20,000 a week now, making cameo videos. But it's Beyond Parody because, well, this is the video he's making.
Hey Heath, George Santos here. I'm so proud of you for coming out as a furry, and I just wanted to tell you that your friends and family all accept you, and they're all excited about your persona, which is awesome to be a beaverpuss, a beaver and a platypus. So let me tell you, they all love you, beaverpuss. Don't you ever get your head down, and don't you ever let anybody tell you what you can and can't be. Right. I'm so proud that the corporate folks at Arby's gave you the go-ahead to go to work in your persona. So if you could just, live it up and be as perfect as you want, just keep doing you, and yiff. Bye.
Yiff. Oh my God. Obviously they're trolling and he'll say anything. But amazing, Creator God. At least you're spicing it up a little bit, giving us something to laugh at before the Free Palestine section. And then, oh, folks, I'm worried about this guy. Dead at only 45, super young. Cause unknown, but I think we all know what did it. Safe and effective, my ass. Clot shot kid. Died suddenly, right? It had to be the vaccine. Had to be. Oh, what's that now? I heard it was a suicide. What the fuck are you talking about then? But what was the reason for suicide? Was he in such pain after getting the vaccine that he decided to take his life? Or was it something else? It was something else, you dickhead. Gotta blame the vaccine on everything, even fucking suicide. Holy God, how is this real life right now? And one more on the Beyond parody. The belly up. Shamelessness is their superpower, folks. Imagine saying this with a straight face.
It's very interesting to hear Joe Biden say that I guess the only reason he's decided to run is because of Donald Trump. Well, is that because he thinks that Donald Trump might investigate his family even further? You look at this situation with Hunter Biden. I think a lot of people might draw some correlation there and say, well, maybe the only reason that Joe Biden is trying to hang on to power is because his family depends on him trying to continue the cover-up that we know has happened for the Biden crime family. It's very interesting. This is nothing new. This is part of the politics that we see here in the United States of America. But people know very well that Donald Trump is not a dictator, of course.
That's right, folks. Joe Biden is only running for president again to stay out of prison, says Trump's daughter-in-law. Oh my God. I gotta wipe my face because it's crazy. Scrape the skin off my flesh. And anyway, that's my Beyond parody. What do we think about that? She looks like a Sweet D from Always Sunny. She's a bird. Fucking bird. Go away, bird. He injected himself with the vax to take his own. That's the way to do it. It's a slow death. No one will ever see that coming. Clot shot. I make $20K in 8 months. I know, right? Makes you disgusting how much money these fucking bottom feeders make. Just being awful people is so lucrative in this trash society in which we live. The big lips generation, I don't get it. I don't get why people inject their lips. I guess it's to make them look more dick suckable, but you just look like a fucking bird or some shit. I don't know. Not very attractive. And all right, last chance to get your super chats in before the break. So do it to it. Support the world's greatest show. But for now, what the fuck? And first off, on tonight's What the Fuck, did you guys hear this story about the influencer in, this wasn't fucking France. What the hell? It went to something else. I didn't click on that motherfucker. I clicked on this. Why did it automatically, why is it forward into another article? Okay, forget this one then. I guess this bullshit site's going to forward me to, here it is. It's down here. Why is it down here? This is a stupid website, lad. I hope you die. Anyway, a woman actually got charged for a $60,000 dinner bill. So apparently over in, I'm guessing Japan or some shit, they bring you a QR code to your table to pay your bill. It's China. I was close and I'm racist. China, they bring a QR code to your table to pay the bill. And she's like, hey, I'm going to take a picture of my food. And she got a picture of the QR code on the table in the picture. She uploaded it to her social media and people saw it. And apparently you can use that QR code to order food to the restaurant. And people start ordering food to the restaurant. And the next thing she knows, she gets a bill for $60,000. Holy God. That seems like the restaurant's problem there. That is a stupid way to do things for a restaurant. And I guess they immediately figured out what the problem is. They didn't charge her. They took the shit off her bill. They canceled all the orders and they changed their system. So good for you, China. That is dumb. What the fuck? And then, you guys seen pictures of Brock Lesnar's supposed daughter that they just released? I'm just saying, like, I'm not really sure this is actually his daughter, y'all. see what you think. I mean, for me, I don't see it. I just don't see it. What does the mailman look like? Brock, get a DNA test, okay? I'm just saying. I don't think that's your kid, Brock. Nope, not at all. And then, apparently she is a shot put champion, which completely tracks. And then, did you guys see this bullshit? Apparently this rich kid at school, I guess his parents are big wigs, fancy and whatnot. And he's like, hey, principal in school, I want to do a promposal, which is like the dipshit douchebag version of like a gender reveal, except for proms. It's where you do some kind of big hubbubaloo to propose to your idiot girlfriend you want to go to prom with her. Just ask her. Just fucking ask her. You don't have to do no big shit. Just fucking ask her. And so he's like, hey, here's my idea. I'm going to speed through the stop sign in the parking lot of the fucking school. And I want you guys to have the police car, the student police car over here. And I want the police car to pull me over. And then as I'm getting a ticket or whatever, I can pretend to freak out and then use that to surprise my girlfriend and ask her to the prom. Let's see how this goes.
Prom proposal going wrong. Get this, one teen planning to ask his girlfriend to the big dance. It ends in a crash that severely injured another student. Now, Chandler Unified Schools and the city of Chandler on the hook for a $1 million lawsuit. This is 12 News at 10 o'clock this Friday night. I'm Jonathan McCall.
I'm Rachel Cole. The crash was caught on camera, and 12 News journalist Chase Golightly has the video that some of you may find disturbing.
Security cameras captured the crash here at Arizona College Prep High School back in April. The attorney representing that injured student tells us the principal and school resource officer didn't do anything to prevent what you're about to see.
EMS on the way. We had an accident in the parking lot.
The student lying on the ground in pain is senior William Vanasap.
Can you move your leg at all?
Class had just gotten out for seniors, and Vanasap was leaving campus on his motorcycle when another student in this Porsche reportedly sped right through a stop sign and crashed into Vanasap, launching him into the air.
Fucking rich
The
kids.
estimated speed of the car involved that was being driven by the student was over 40 miles an hour.
Imagine driving a fucking Porsche to high school. God damn it, there's your problem, fucking entitled little dickhead.
Attorney April Spielman is representing Vanasap. She claims the student blowing past the stop sign on school grounds was no accident. It was planned.
This all started with a student asking his girlfriend out to a school dance.
Yes, it was not a good plan.
A promposal gone horribly wrong.
He very easily could have died in this accident by just milliseconds difference in timing.
According to this notice of claim, the student behind the wheel had his girlfriend in the passenger seat. The plan was for him to speed through the stop sign, get pulled over by the school resource officer, then while acting like he was in trouble, pull out a sign that asked his girlfriend to prom. Spielman also claims the SRO and school principal were in on the plan and allowed it to happen.
Those adults at the school should have said, no, we're not going to do this.
Body camera footage from the SRO reportedly shows him and the student talking about it after the crash. The claim also has his reported statements to police, where he said in part that he talked with law enforcement and school administration about the promposal and that they agreed to it. However, the school's principal claims that's not the case, even though he was in the SRO's police cruiser moments before the crash happened.
I believe that the principal at the school also knew.
As for Vanasap, he's still recovering from the crash.
He sustained a traumatic brain injury. He's been emotionally very harmed by this incident.
Now seeking $1 million to settle a situation Spielman says could have been prevented. The notice of claim does not go...
About to lose your job there, principal. Bad life decisions. I'm sure the rich kids, like parents, are probably donors to the school, probably friends with the principal. Like, yeah, I'll help you out. Get away with anything. Fucking rich kids. And then on the what the fuck. I don't understand guys that always have to prove themselves to other guys. It makes you look so insecure. It's toxic masculinity. I never feel like I have to fight another guy ever because I don't give a shit. I ain't got nothing to fucking prove to you. Just leave me the fuck alone. I just walk away. But these dickheads, they have to defend their honor. I'm a man. What'd you say to me? And so one way a lot of insecure men try to act tough is to act crazy. When they get in fights, they try to over-exaggerate their own insanity because it makes them look like a badass in their own minds. And here's when that shit goes wrong. So there's two dipshits fighting at what looks like a hockey game. Another guy jumping in. Ooh, body shot, body shot. Pull your shirt over your head. That's a classic hockey move. And of course, they're both doughy. This is how doughy guys act. They're not very secure in their own masculinity, so they have to over-exaggerate it continuously. Oh, that's a sucker punch. Motherfucker sucker punching him. And so, fight's over. Fight's over, but he's still got to prove he's a badass. He's crazy. He's tougher than the other guy. So how's he going to do it? How's he going to prove that he's the superior male? Yeah, let me just headbutt the glass and knock myself out. Yeah. So tough you made yourself look. What did we learn? Dipshits. Yeah, that's dumb. Dude, just walk the fuck away. You look so much more manly, so much more secure if you don't give a shit. The more you care, the weaker you look. And then, this happened, I guess, just before I came in the air tonight. I don't know 100% of the backstory behind it. I just saw it pop up on my social media before I went on the air tonight. So apparently, you guys know who Hunter Avallone is? Apparently, he used to be sort of alt-right, and then he got convinced not to be alt-right again. I'm assuming by me. I'm pretty sure I 100% convinced him, but he says it was Vaush. Somebody named Vaush. I don't even know who the fuck this person is. It was me, 100%, I'm certain. Anyway, has a new girlfriend, I guess. And she was dating this other dude named Conrad. And I guess she was traveling with Avallone, Hunter Avallone, and she found AirTags. You know what those are? There's Apple AirTags that you can put on your bags and shit, and then you can track them with your phone. Apparently, she found AirTags in her bags and shit, and her insane psycho stalker ex-boyfriend was tracking her. She says, abuse always escalates once you leave. I just found out that Conrad put AirTags in my stuff to track my location. This is not okay. Feeling violated. If you guys haven't seen this video yet, it's about to get fucking crazy, y'all. It's hard to believe this is real, but it is real. So, let's just say things escalated. Next thing you know, he shows up at their house, shoots the door open with a shotgun. They have to run away. He accidentally shoots her. I guess a ricochet of the shotgun hits her. And then the cops come, and he commits suicide right in front of the cops. And they got it all on video. Now, you don't see him die or anything. You just hear what happens. And you see her with a bloody leg. So here we go.
Are you recording? Conrad has shot Holly in the leg. Excuse me? We don't know. All I know is I got a call from my landlord that said he was trying to get into the building. The suspect, sorry. The suspect was trying to get into the building, and then there was something shady about it. We didn't know.
Yeah, he had a gun under his coat.
And he had a gun under his coat when he came out, and then when we walked up...
Oh, fuck!
He's at the door. He's at the door.
Please come in, please come in.
Please hurry, please. Okay, he's pounding really hard at the door. I hear shouting. I think I hear them.
So yeah, that's some crazy ass shit. What a way to end the what the fuck with. Lived up to the billing tonight, definitely. Yes, Jesus, terrifying. Agreed. When I saw that shit, I was like, oh my God, is this real? But it's real. And wow, hopefully Hunter and his girlfriend are okay. And that's my what the fuck section. And folks, could you please consider becoming a patron? My Patreon is open. There's a link in the description of this video. Right here at the bottom, there's more. And if you click on it, my Patreon is right here. Please consider becoming a patron. I'm not going to show for it too much tonight because I'm tired of begging for money. Fuck this. Whatever the fuck happens. But thank you in advance. And all right, let's read the super chats. Brian Paul, hey Dustmaster. Hey Brian. I'm watching your show live again tonight from snowy North Dakota. Hey, I've been watching Fargo. Hey, I'm on season 3. I started watching season 5, the new season. The last episode wasn't very good, but overall the season's been good. And I was like, I'm going to go back and watch all the Fargos again. So now I'm on season 3 of Fargo on one of the last episodes. So it's been pretty good. Here's my humble gift for you and the Feline Millions. Get as angry as you need about Biden. He's a disappointment. Yeah, he is a disappointment there. And hey, good to see you tonight over there in Fargo. And Big Black Corvette BBC. What up, BBC? Kitty treats inbound. Hell yeah, we're about out. Going to have another kitty party in your honor tonight. And thank you for your generosity. I hope the kitties love them. They do. Making my kitties fat, and I appreciate it. Keep doing what you're doing because no one else is. I know, right? You think somebody would be, but then again, as many subscribers and as much support as I've lost, I guess I could see people who are like really concerned about their subscriber count and how much money they're making wouldn't do things to piss off their fan base and lose support. So, yeah, I'm crazy, I guess. It's all good, though. I sleep so well at night, y'all. My dreams are amazing. That's all that matters. Scholar King, $2. Genocide Joe has got to go. 10 years of watching. Appreciate you, Scholar King. Wait till you see tonight's coverage. David, legalize all drugs. I'm about it. I ain't going to do them, but all for you guys to do them if you want to do them. Don't do heroin, though. Don't do meth. Don't do any of those drugs. Those are bad. Just stick to the good ones. Sherlock. What up, Sherlock? On my third Alice's restaurant day with 50 cent per pound turkey high. I don't know what any of that means, but awesome. Enjoy that turkey high. Got some tryptophan. What's up, R? Good to see you tonight. $20, very generous. Tomorrow's my birthday. Happy birthday to R. Dusty and I got a bit of birthday money, so I thought I would share some with you. Hello, chat friends. I'm quiet but here. Give my love to the kitties and doggos. Love you, Dusty. Love you, R. And happy birthday. Hope you have a great one. Be thinking about you. What up, Angela? Much love to you. 2 years patron. You're one of the good ones. The only good one. Appreciate you. Turd Ferguson. Love it. Rest in peace, Norm McDonald. Keep up the good work, Dusty. Seems normal. Melina would leave some toxic, mentally unstable, and manipulative loser for another. Yep. Patterns they seem to repeat over and over again. At least she has a type. Sticking with it. I'm okay with it. Hey, it gives skinny ass geeks a little bit of hope. A hot girl can break your heart someday if you play your cards right. $10 from Dave Cal. Totally with the right wing. Destiny. What? An open marriage, then getting divorced. He should be like the Mutt Jory and Bobert and bump nasties behind their partner's back, then get divorced. That's the way to do it. But I guess he's an atheist, so it doesn't know how to work that out. Give us your thoughts on incels and dating apps. I don't really have any thoughts on incels and dating apps. I think most guys could probably get women if they just worked on their hygiene, worked on their own self-esteem, worked out a little bit, worked on making themselves better. The best thing you can do if you want a woman is to not need a woman. It's to be so comfortable in who you are that you are enough. You complete yourself. You don't need another person to complete you. And then when you get to that place, it doesn't matter if you get a woman or not. You're completely comfortable. And if it happens, it happens. And it's so much easier to happen when you reach that place. Asumazua Amayo, I'm sorry I murdered your name, but I love you. Glad I finally support you, man. Keep fighting the good fight. I try to join you on Patreon, but it's not showing me membership options. Why not? That's weird. I don't know why, but I do appreciate you. Osazua? Am I close? Osazua Amayo? I'm trying. Love you. Isaiah Taylor, would you say isolation is the cause of shootings? I mean, we do have mental health problems. The ease of access to guns, capitalism, which makes people feel desperate and despondent, like they're never going to get out of the situation or improve the situation they're in. I think social media, seeing other people's lives happy, of course, most of it's bullshit. Most people are lying and pretend to be much happier than they are on social media. But comparison is the thief of happiness. And so we're always looking at other people who seem to be having it better than we are, and it makes us miserable. And I think that's leading to a lot of it. Thank you. ISO 1010, $2. If Trump goes to prison, he will probably have health issues because he's very old and fat. And if he dies of natural causes, people who support him will say no matter what. They will say it's conspiracy. Yep, they absolutely will. But who cares? He'll be dead. That's the important part. John Bless. Hello from hell. I mean, Orlando. Too many Teslas. Really? I heard the used Tesla market has like dropped in half in the last couple of years, depreciating like a motherfucker. I would not buy one of those, but for multiple reasons. Good to see you, Jobless. Metamethius, $20, very generous. Pronounce Metamethius. I did it perfectly then. Hell yeah, go Dusty for once. I pronounced something. Maybe slave Mejian Kelly can finish off Orange Jabba the Trump after he gets reelected and force her to be his lady servant. It's only poorly worded because Y2 censorship. Fuck my life. I know. I feel your pain, but I will cuss for you. Fuck, goddamn it. Water polo wizard, $5 Australian. Education stops when women have children. Understanding we have passed tipping point for climate change stops you having kids. Yep. Having a lower amount of people on Earth definitely helps climate change not accelerate, but it's already accelerated so far. Who knows if it's even going to ever slow down. I'm hoping like AI, the singularity will happen and come up with some new technologies to suck the carbon out of the air and make it better. We'll see what happens. I'm still sort of optimistic. Oi boy, what's up, oi boy? $20 Canadian. Hell yeah, funny money. Sorry I can't super chat more, but I'll continue my patron support. I don't really like giving YouTube money if at all possible. I don't blame you, and I appreciate you being a patron. You rock, oi boy. Good to see you tonight. And Water Polo Lizard with the capitalism, and Linda Hawks. I appreciate you guys. You're badass. Everybody give them some love. Sherlock, $10. I actually, let's skip down, have a furry friend who has worked for Arby's and loves, and they do not want money for Santos, but they do want money for Dusty. I'm sure they don't let you dress as a furry as work, though. That seems ridiculous. Thank you, Sherlock. Charlie Kelly, $20. I'm announcing here for the first time. Please refer to me as Beaverpuss. Thank you, Dusty. No problem, Beaverpuss. Yiff in hell. Although I think that's supposed to be a slur or something. I don't know. I'm not in the community, so I don't know all the slang. Leggy, Vanity Projects. Good show. You're my guy. You're my guy, Legsy. I don't want to misgender you, though. Swaggering Cat, $2. The Ferals are getting excited for the upcoming GOP debates in New Hampshire. Not. And send their regards. Boring. This show way more exciting. Scritches from me, Jason Ashby. Socialism. 5 Cult of Super Shits. Better see all you guys at the after party tonight. I appreciate you. Jason, superhero. One more from Metamethius. Please don't skip my previous $20 chat. A little late into Mejian Kelly segment. I didn't, did I? I read it, right? I definitely said your name, and that was the $20 you gave me, right? I will double check to make sure I didn't miss it. I didn't miss, I'm pretty sure I got it, though. Nailed it, as always, Dusty. Consummate professional. Yeah, I did it. Even got it right. Hell yeah. And thank you, everybody, for donating. I appreciate you. Still plenty of time to get in on the Super Chats. And immortalize yourself on the world's greatest show. Going to read all the rest of them at the end. And for those of you who are bailing out because you don't want to watch the Palestinian section, I totally understand. It's depressing, but we have to cover it. Got to shine the spotlight on it. It's the only way we're going to make things better. And if we can help save some children by calling this shit out, we have to try. But if you go, I appreciate you. Thank you. And I will see you on Monday. You have a good weekend. The rest of you, it's time to get super fucking depressed. Let's free Palestine, y'all. Also known as shit you won't see on Destiny and shit you won't see on David Pakman. Fucking cowards. Oh, shit. Okay, I'm not going to show you. These first two I've decided not to show you. I'm going to try to show less dead children. But just know, these first two pictures are incredibly mutilated bodies of dead children, and these are only a very small fraction of what I've seen over the last couple of days. I didn't even save most of them, and I'm going to try not to show you guys, but the bombing is still continuing. They're still murdering children in mass. It's still as bad as you can possibly fucking imagine. We are still committing war crimes. So we're going to skip down to this one. Exactly 1 month ago, children in Gaza held a press conference in English to beg the world to stop the bombardment. 4,000 children have been killed since then. No one listened. Yep. Joe Biden sent bigger bombs. He heard this, and his response was to send bigger fucking bombs. Our president. While so many of you unsubscribed from me for talking about it, told me to shut the fuck up, this is what's happening. I guess you can't hear me, but those of you that have a problem with it, fuck off. If you don't want me to talk about it, you don't belong here. Go watch Destiny. Go watch David Pakman. There's plenty of options. Meanwhile, Israel blows up medical facility of the IUG to the southern of Gaza. This wasn't a bomb, folks. They went in themselves, so they knew there were no Hamas there. They know there's no danger there. They're just blowing this up because they're trying to destroy all the infrastructure to make sure the Palestinians have nowhere to return. That they can't heal themselves after they get bombed by the terrorist organization IDF. Yeah! You guys are super fucking cool. Goddamn colonizers. We're paying for this. Meanwhile, this is fucking horrible, y'all. Professor Rafat Al-Arir, who's been one of the main journalists reporting on this atrocity. He's been almost the face of reporting on it. They targeted him specifically. This wasn't an accident. They weren't trying to kill Hamas. They were specifically targeting him and his family to murder because he dared go over there and try to tell the world what was happening to those people. He dared go over there and try to save the lives of children, women, innocent people. One of the most prominent writers, poets, activists who spent his life trying to get Gaza's voice to the outside world. He was killed in a targeted airstrike on his sister home that also killed his brother, his sister, and 4 kids. None of these people are Hamas. They weren't terrorists, folks. The terrorists were the people that killed them. Here he is. This is the man that just got snuffed out for being a hero and trying to save lives.
We know that it's very bleak. It's very dark. There's no way out. If there's no water, there is no way out of Gaza. What should we do? Like drown? Like commit mass suicide? Is this what Israel wants?
Yes.
And we're not going to do that. And I was telling some friend the other day that I am an academic. Probably the toughest thing I have at home is an expo marker. But if the Israelis invade, if they charge at us, open door to door to massacre us, I'm going to use that marker, throw it at the Israeli soldiers, even if that is the last thing that I would be able to do. And this is the feeling of everybody. We are helpless. We have nothing to lose.
They've killed over 80 journalists. Anybody that dares to tell the world the truth about the atrocities committed by Israel, who they target and they kill. Funded by our government, supported by Joe Biden. And this is his story. A friend of Rifat al-Arir told Euromed HR he received an anonymous phone call from someone who identified himself as an Israeli officer and threatened Rifat that they knew precisely the school where he was located and were about to get his location with an advancement of Israeli ground troops. According to Euromed's report, he then returned to his sister's apartment to avoid endangering others in the school shelter. They're willing to kill everybody that's sheltering from their bombs, all the innocents they're willing to kill to get one person, folks. There he was killed by a surgical strike by the Israeli military. In the weeks leading up to his murder, Rafat received a long series of direct messages from Israeli soldiers and pro-Israeli fanatics promising to kill him and torture his family. The wave of death threats was inspired by neocon pundit Barry Weiss. We're going to go over who the fuck Barry Weiss is. Remember, she was the one behind the intellectual dark web articles featuring Jordan Peterson, Dave Rubin, the Weinstein brothers, who took to Twitter to falsely accuse Rafat of mocking a Jewish baby who had been baked in an oven by Hamas. Of course, no Jewish baby was killed in this way on October 7th. It was one of the many macabre fabrications which Israeli forces have reenacted in their genocidal rampage of vengeance against the population of Gaza. Israel has a long tradition of assassinating Palestinian intellectuals. Before Rafat, I'm going to show you the whole list, folks. But here's what he said. He's making fun of the idea that they're lying about putting babies in ovens. So somebody said a baby was found in the oven, baked to death, which never happened. So he said with or without baking powder. So this piece of fucking trash, Barry Weiss, targeted him. She is partially responsible for getting him killed. Here's Rafat al-Arir joking about whether or not an Israeli baby burned alive in an oven was cooked with or without baking powder. No, he's making fun of you guys lying. He's making fun of the propaganda because it never fucking happened. After she posted this, he immediately got death threats en masse sent to his inbox. Sent you a photo. Hey there, third world pedophile fag. Send me your address. We're going to wipe you out in Gaza. When we get to Gaza, I personally will rape, raw dog your old mother. I'm going to expand your mom, wife, and child rectum in front of you. Kill yourself. You are a pure Nazi, and you will end up exactly like them, rest assured. This is Barry White, folks. Remember, behind this ridiculous bullshit? Sam Harris, Jordan Peterson, Dave Rubin, the intellectual dark web. Oh, yeah. Joe Rogan, opinion writer for the New York Times. Blood is on your fucking hands, Barry. Here's what she had to say about it. This is her reporting, Barry Weiss. Some of these people are entirely innocent non-combatants, including children. This is an unspeakable tragedy. It is also one of the unavoidable burdens of political power, of Zionism dream turned into reality, of self-determination. It's unavoidable. The murder of 8,000 children, unavoidable. The murder of journalists who trying to draw attention to these atrocities, unavoidable. It's just the burden of political power, y'all, of Zion's dream turned into reality, says this fucking, I want to call her a murderer. I guess that's too far. But blood is abso-goddamn-lutely on your hands. This is the kind of shit the right wing is putting out there, folks. Here's his last tweet before he died. The Democratic Party and Biden are responsible for the Gaza genocide perpetrated by Israel. For everybody out there that wants me to shut up, fuck you. Find something inside you decent, if you're goddamn able. Fuck Joe Biden for this. Genocide Joe has got to go. Here's his last pinned post. If I must die, you must live. Tell my story. To sell my things. To buy a piece of cloth and some strings. Make it white with a long tail so that it shouted somewhere in Gaza while looking heaven in the eye, awaiting his dad who left in a blaze, and bid no one farewell, not even to his flesh, not even to himself. Sees the kite, my kite you made, flying up above, and thinks for a moment an angel is there bringing back love. If I must die, let it bring hope. Let it be a tale. And I'm trying, man. I'm trying to tell your story with my platform the best I can, because I know a lot of the other people who call themselves leftists absolutely won't do it. And how can you not? How can you have a platform and not do it? Meanwhile, this is how the BBC's covered it. Israel, Gaza, Palestinians mourn controversial writer killed in airstrike. Won't say who did it. Want to sully him as a controversial writer instead of what he was, a journalist, a poet, a writer. They want you to think he somehow deserved it because this is how the propaganda operates. Meanwhile, conservatives are like, good. Israeli killed Professor Rifat Al-Arir, one of the Gaza's most prominent writers. Good, says Eric Arison, who used to be touted out on CNN, telling people that they need to be kinder. I'm hoping for some helicopters in this plan, he later quipped. He's out there, basically one of the people that was like, we need more civility in politics. Remember when they were out there telling us that? Please take a moment to be kind to others around you in the real world, even if you find it impossible to do so on here, he tweeted. And he deleted the tweet, of course, because this is who the fuck he is. This is who most conservatives are. But I can't even blame conservatives for it, y'all. Because so many Democrats are the same goddamn way. So many people call themselves leftists the same goddamn way. Have no guts to tell this man's story. To try to stop these fucking atrocities. Meanwhile, John Fetterman got blood on his hands. Piece of goddamn shit sellout, John Fetterman. Posted, innocent Israelis were the victims of the terrorist attack that resulted in the largest loss of Jewish lives since the Holocaust. Now we know that the tragedy at the Gaza hospital was not caused by Israel. I grieve for every innocent person and brave Israeli soldier killed since Hamas started this war. It started a long time ago, 75 years ago. Anyway, now is not the time to call about a ceasefire. We must support Israel in efforts to eliminate the Hamas terrorists who slaughtered innocent men, women, and children. Hamas does not want peace. They want to destroy Israel. We can talk about a ceasefire after Hamas is neutralized. And Rafat responded to him, fuck you, scum. You should never live this down, goddamn John Fetterman. I hope you like one term. Here's the official Israel Twitter page. Here's the real-time person of the year, you stroker ace. You're a hero to Israel now. Helping sell these war criminals, Fetterman. Only cost $240,000 for your soul. I hope it was goddamn worth it, dude. Meanwhile, he's going around deleting his tweets now because he's being called out for it. He deleted this one. This person says, enough people will refuse to vote for Democrats like Fetterman, even though that means Republicans will win. Yes. I've been bragging for a year now that Republicans have committed political suicide, may never win another election again, and leave it to goddamn feckless Democrats to snatch defeat out of the jaws of victory. Always losers. Always the goddamn worst fucking Democrats. And how can anybody support people like John Fetterman now? How can we be excited about it? We can't. You've shown us who you are. Meanwhile, Sean from Sean Vids is dead on. Israel is killing journalists because it doesn't want people to see their reporting. Doctors, because they do not want the injured healed. Children, because it does not want them to grow up. We know all this now today. This is not something we will discover later. And Joe Biden knows this. And his response is to send bigger bombs, y'all. And the youth knows this. It doesn't matter how much I show for him. They see this every day. The people he needs are abandoning him in droves, and who can fucking blame them? And while members of Congress hold hearings on college campuses slogans, this is what the military aid they signed off on is paying for. 21 members of an Al Jazeera Arabic journalist, Mohammed al-Sharif's family, were killed this morning after Israel bombed the Jabalia refugee camp. They're bombing the refugee camps, y'all. Here it is. Look. He lost his parents, his sister, 2 brothers, sister-in-law, their children, and many others. He was on the air when he found out about it, when he announced it. Here it is.
كانت عائلتي قد نزحت إليها قبل خلال ساعات المساء أو الليل بعدها بساعات الطائرات الحربية الإسرائيلية ألقت حسب شهود عيان سكان المنطقة برميلا متفجرا على المنزل الذي تتواجد فيه عائلتي ما أدى إلى استشهاد جميع أفراد العائلة وأيضا جميع من كان في المنزل أكثر من 21 فرد كان في المنزل استشهدوا. والدي الأستاذ محمود وأمي أمينة وأيضا أخي الدكتور أيمن وزوجته الدكتورة ختام ابنه محمد طالب في كلية الصيدلة ابنته أمينة طالبة في كلية الطب أطفاله الثلاث مريا وفاطمة وحنين وزوجة أخي عمار وأطفاله خالتي أسماء وزوجها المهندس ناجي ابن أختي المهندس أحمد خالتي الصغرى صباح وزوجها أبو حسين والدتي تلقيت منها قبل يومين أو 3 أيام رسالة صوتية تعبر عن اشتياقها عن دعواتها لي بالسلامة لجميع الزملاء تقول لنا مشتاقة لي بشكل كبير خاصة كان يمضي تقريبا 54 يوم على الحرب ما يقارب شهر أو أكثر من شهر لم أراها أبدا لم أسمع صوتها هي الرسالة الوحيدة التي وصلتني عبر واتساب نحن نحرم من دفنهم بكرامة أيضا نتيجة الحصار الإسرائيلي ومنع سكان المنطقة الجنوبية أو من نزحوا من المنطقة الجنوبية مجبرين إلى العودة إلى الشمال لدفن أشقائهم أبائهم أمهاتهم خالاتهم أقاربهم أحبائهم
العود بسلامتك مرة جديدة.
Unspeakable pain caused by us forced to pay for this. Meanwhile, the IDF is rounding people up. It looks like theater. It looks like they're trying to prove that what they're doing is just. Look at all the Hamas fighters we found. Now, I don't know, folks. I don't know if these are actual Hamas fighters or not, but people are absolutely claiming that they're not. Like this picture of these people they rounded up. I begged him to leave, move to the south, but he replied he could not leave his disabled daughter and mother. Rami Abul, European Mediterranean human rights monitor, speaking about his friend Dia Khalut, kidnapped by the Israeli army in Gaza, along with many other civilians. They took all these guys, they stripped them down, they dehumanized them. And there is a clear pattern of them targeting the best, the brightest in Gaza for a reason.
There's a clear pattern that Israel is targeting the best and brightest of Gaza. They are going, as you said, they're going after everyone who might provide a way of living a human life in Gaza. So they're going after lawyers, they're going after medics, they're going after teachers and journalists. Yes, well, one of the most, it's all so horrific, it's beyond words, but Al Jazeera was shut down in Israel, and then the day after, they bombed and killed the family of the Al Jazeera correspondent in Gaza. So that was a statement. It was saying, we will kill your family. They didn't even kill him, they killed his family. So I think that this is part of what needs to change is the narrative is that this is not, none of these are mistakes, that they're targeting the best and brightest of Gaza because they want to destroy any remnants of human life in Gaza. They want to make it unable to live. So I just wanted you guys to talk about what you think Israel's goal is.
Well, actually, they also target the peace activists. And it's shocking, even those who call for peace, they're targeting them. For example, they targeted my friend Ahmed Abartima, the founder of the Great March of Return. He is my best friend, and he has always been one of the most vocal voices for the peaceful resistance, the unarmed.
And all the lefty channels, quote unquote, are not covering this. That should anger you, folks. You should despise them as I despise them. Meanwhile, back to the people they're rounding up to make it look like they're doing something. Breaking confirmed Israeli captured innocent civilians and not Hamas as journalists is also captured. Deah Al-Khalat, a well-known journalist, is among those that have been taken hostage. His relatives are also among those captured. Some of them are members of the UN. Your staff are among the Hamas terrorists who surrendered yesterday. They claim, here they are, UN members. I don't know if the UN has spoken out against it or not yet. Among those taken hostage today, school directors, staff, children, taken, stripped down. They're doing their own Holocaust. I guess they learned from the best. Does it look familiar? I don't know if they killed all these people or not. I hope they did. It looks like a mass grave. It looks like they're lining them up to execute them. I hope they didn't do that. If they did it, we'll find out about it. But it looks very familiar, doesn't it? Stripping them down, dehumanizing them. Never again only meant them. Didn't mean they couldn't do it to other people, clearly. Here's Israel's deputy mayor of Jerusalem posting this picture, calling for burying detained Palestinian civilians alive with D9 military bulldozers, calling Palestinians Nazis, subhuman, and ants. They are not human beings and not human animals. They are subhuman, and that is how they should be treated. It sounds very familiar. How can you not see this? I guess they don't give a shit. I guess they are so crazed, so bloodthirsty. And speaking of which, Michael Rappaport, no laughing and celebrating. IDF rounds up a bunch of Hamas terrorists. You literally have no idea who these people are. Michael Rappaport. Wealthy actor sitting your goddamn ass in New York. Throwing your 2 fucking cents in these terrorized people. Not knowing what the fuck in any way goddamn you're talking about. But I see you, man. I see you. You'll never come back from this. Meanwhile, it's just fucking crazy. Anybody in the world who wants to become Jewish can just go over there and murder these innocent people. Abigail made Aliyah immigration from China to Israel to join the IDF and defend Israel. Look at this fucking cunt. I don't give a shit if that offends anybody. We salute you, Abigail. I give you a 2-finger salute. Fucking loser. Abigail from China now has a right to move into the villages my grandparents were expelled from, or in a settlement on stolen land in the West Bank with total ease. I cannot even visit. If I magically get to the West Bank, Abigail can arrest me for being an illegal alien. I don't even know what to say about this shit anymore. It definitely makes me not want to be a citizen of this goddamn planet. Meanwhile, here's the Biden administration, y'all. This is Biden's spokesperson. This is his mouthpiece. This is John Kirby.
It is not the Israeli Defense Forces strategy to kill innocent people.
Then how come, according to their own numbers, 2 out of 3 of the people they have murdered are civilians? If that's not your strategy, if the majority of the people you're killing are civilians and that's not your strategy, then are you just fucking terrible at it? Are you the worst fucking ever? No. It is obviously their fucking strategy. And the Biden administration going to fucking lie directly to our goddamn faces while it sends them bigger bombs. Billions of dollars to do it.
It's happening. I admit that. Each one's a tragedy. But it's not like the Israelis are sitting around every morning and saying, hey, how many more civilians can we kill today?
It's exactly what they're doing.
Let's go bomb a school or a hospital or a residential building and cause civilian casualties.
Netanyahu has already said his plan is to thin them out. What the fuck do you think that means?
They're not doing that. They're trying to go after Hamas.
They're
and it's
not.
A very difficult task. When Hamas, oh, by the way, in addition to deliberately slaughtering people, is deliberately hiding themselves in residential buildings, in hospitals, in tunnels, putting the innocent people of Gaza directly in the crossfire. Now
never Israel's fault, the one dropping the bombs, the one actually doing the killing. It's never their fault. Provided absolute cover by the United States government, by Joe Biden's administration. Here he is again. How is this fucking real life, y'all?
About the humanitarian situation in Gaza. Name me one more nation, any other nation, that's doing as much as the United States to alleviate the pain and suffering of the people of Gaza.
Literally anybody except for Israel. Every fucking one of them except for Israel. The fuck you talking about? Nobody except for Israel is causing more pain and harm to the Gaza, to the Palestinians, to the Gaza people. Yes. Gaslighting. All they're fucking doing now. How can anybody not be incredibly fucking insulted by this? How can anybody not want to speak out?
Can't. You just can't. The United States, through President Biden, is leading the effort to get trucks, food, water, medicine, and fuel into the people of Gaza. Wait. Name another nation. That's doing more than the United States to get hostages out or to get people, foreign nationals, out of Gaza. You can't do it. And name another nation.
Just so fucking insulting, goddammit. Meanwhile, here's Secretary of State Anthony Blinken posting, I join human rights leaders for the 75th anniversary of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, and in recognition of their courageous work. We know that when more people in more places have their rights respected, the world is more peaceful, more secure, more prosperous. I hate Joe Biden, y'all. I can't help it. I fucking hate this man. I hate the administration. I hate the lying. I hate the gaslighting. I hate every goddamn thing about this. I don't know how you can't. And watching all the Democrats continue to shill for this shit, continue to ignore it, sweep it under the rug. It really makes me not want to be a Democrat anymore. I know the alternative is worse, but I can't help but feeling this fucking way. I can't help but to hate these people. Meanwhile, here's Netanyahu
When the ICC investigates Israel for fake war crimes, this is pure anti-Semitism.
That's right. If you dare investigate them for what we can all obviously see with our own eyes they're doing, that's anti-Semitism, y'all. We're racists for believing what we see with our own eyes instead of believing them. We literally have to believe them over our own experiences and eyes. This is just 1984, so I've ever seen anything. Read 1984, 100%. They demanded you believe them over your own fucking eyes and experiences. It's so wild and creepy.
The court established to prevent atrocities like the Nazi Holocaust against the Jewish people is now targeting the one state of the Jewish people.
Because you're the one doing the Holocaust now. It's obvious to fucking everybody. You can't gaslight us. You can't lie to us. We don't believe you over our own eyes.
First, it outrageously claims that when Jews live in our homeland.
Anyway, enough of that. And it gets even worse for all of you Biden supporters out there. So the UN finally drew up Article 99 to call for immediate ceasefire. And we all know what happened. United States vetoed Security Council's draft resolution that would have demanded an immediate humanitarian ceasefire in Gaza and immediate and unconditional release of all hostages. Joe Biden did what we always do. We vetoed it. For all of you saying, hey, Biden is not all-powerful, there's nothing he can do. Fuck you. You can lie to yourself, but you can't goddamn lie to me. Meanwhile, in America, we're told Black Lives Matter protesters are not allowed to politicize NFL games. But this Sunday against the Raiders, various people with the Vikings organization will be supporting Israel on their feet. Kicker Greg Joseph cleats and sneakers. That will be worn by the Wilfs and the team CEO Andrew Miller. I stand with Israel. War crimes, genocide, ethnic cleansing all day long in the NFL, but I goddamn dare you stand up for a fucking black person. But when it's Israel, it's different. Because that's who we fucking worship. Meanwhile, there are a few heroes among us, y'all. A few people risking their jobs to do what's right. Like the producer of this news segment, who got fired after he produced this and put this out there.
Light over darkness.
An event, a signature event, is happening here in Toronto later this evening. Our Allison Hurst joins us now with more on what is planned. And Allison, it's typically a celebration, but of course this year is very different.
Yes, there's a lot going on right now, but this is a time where they're hoping that they will all be able to come together. There have been crews coming by, bringing the pieces to begin the setup ahead of tonight's event. It will be a 7 or 8 foot menorah that is set up here on the stage. You might be able to see behind me some of the multicolored pieces that will make up that menorah, and crews we expect will be back sometime within the hour to continue setting up ahead of tonight's event. But this is an annual event. The menorah will go up this afternoon and be lit tonight. There will be dignitaries and members of government will be in attendance along with the community. There will also be music and typical Hanukkah foods for...
It's so dystopian. They have to be sneaky to put the truth out. They have to give up their jobs to do it.
I mean, that's really what Hanukkah is about. It's about lighting a candle and darkness goes away. And so our view, our approach, our belief is come with a positive message, come with a message of light and goodness, and darkness will eventually disappear.
We're having some technical difficulties there with Allison's mic. We'll certainly have more tonight on CTV.
Yeah, technical difficulties. CTV producer gone rogue. Thank you. Thank you. I'm sorry you lost your job over that, but thank you for doing what you had to do to get the information out there. And some people are starting to speak up, stand out, challenge these officials. Israeli lobby-founded leader of the Labor Party, Keir Starmer, is confronted over his position on Israeli genocide and war in Gaza. More of this, please.
Yeah. How many more children in Palestine have to die before you call for a ceasefire? Over 7,000 children have died. Over 7,000 children have been slaughtered by Israel. This is unacceptable. What happened to human rights? What happened to democracy?
Silence.
We call for peace, we call for democracy. We don't see any of that when it comes to the Palestinians.
Criminal.
7,000 children. How many more have to die? 20,000 people. How many more people have to die?
All of
this
them.
is unacceptable.
All of them.
Where is your humanity? Sir, where is your humanity? Please don't touch me.
He doesn't have any. It was sold to Israel for the fucking cheapest shit. And this goes to all the people that have already unsubscribed or not watching. If you listen to liberals talking about how things in Palestine are so complicated, you will realize how slavery lasted so long. This is so many of the messages I'm getting from people who are telling me they're so disappointed in me. They're not supporting him anymore. They're unsubscribing. Telling me I don't understand. It's complicated. Fuck you. That's real simple. Meanwhile, The Onion is hammering them. Heroes at The Onion burning it down. Politicians explain why criticizing Israel should be illegal. The House recently passed a Republican-led resolution declaring that anti-Zionism is anti-Semitism. The Onion asks politicians why criticizing Israel should be illegal. If you're going to criticize Jews, it needs to be super explicit devil horn or space laser stuff, fully divorced from their nation state, says Matt Gaetz. Ted Cruz, well, really, criticizing anything that has power should be illegal. Turtlefuck, hey, whatever it takes to keep dividing Democrats like this before 2024 election. I originally viewed the conflict with nuance, but then I drew so many circles on my whiteboard that by the time I was done, I was a full-blown Zionist. Making it a crime to criticize Israel should be obvious. What we really need to do is make it illegal to criticize any guy for covering up sexual abuse while acting as the assistant coach for Ohio State's wrestling team from 1987 to 1995. Nail Jim Jordan on it. I won't read the rest of them. And then another amazing headline from The Onion. Israel assures it doing everything possible to minimize civilians. Yep. Left out the word casualties on purpose. Because all it's doing is assuring it's doing everything possible to minimize civilians, which it's doing. It's definitely doing. And one more, folks. I guess we're going to go to World War III over Israel. I guess our children, our grandchildren are going to die. I guess some of us are going to die in the attacks that take place. U.S. officials privately raise fears of Israel-Gaza conflict sparking a broader war. Officials are worried Israel is seeking U.S. weapons for a war in Lebanon. And analysts say an uptick in attacks tied to Iran risk ensnaring the U.S. in a major conflict. Yep, I guess more trillions for war. I guess we got to kill more brown people for Israel now. I guess this is who we've always been. This is who we are as a country. So I'm not fucking surprised. Another Iraq war coming to a television near you. And that's my Palestinian Israeli coverage. And it's hard watching this stuff, y'all. But I have so many people telling me that no one else is covering this in the same way. And I understand why. But somebody's got to fucking do it. I wish it wasn't me. But we all don't always get what we want, right? And all right, I got one Riding with Biden section coming up. And that's going to be it. Show's going to be over. So last chance to get your super chats in if you want to. Make with the kiddies. We're going to do a real quick Riding with Biden section. Good Onion. Onion, always amazing. Potential next Prime Minister of the UK, not surprised. Goofy as fuck over there, just like America. Powerful Dusty Smith. I mean, I'm trying. It's hard, though. It's hard to even speak. It's hard to get the words out. It's hard to overcome what I'm feeling inside. All right. Gonna try this section again. We debuted this the last show. Riding with Biden. Right off the goddamn cliff. And actually a few good notes from Joe Biden this week. I don't want to just cover the bad shit. I don't want to pretend like Joe Biden is worse than Donald Trump would be, because he's not. I don't want to pretend like he hasn't done a better job than Donald Trump did, because he has. U.S. sets policy to seize patents of government-funded drugs if price deemed too high. I don't know if they'll do this or not, but this is a great fucking idea, something we should have done a long time ago. The Biden administration on Thursday announced it is setting new policy that will allow it to seize patents for medicines developed with government funding if it believes their prices are too high. The policy creates a roadmap for the government's so-called Marching rights, which have never been used before, that would allow the government to grant additional licenses to third parties for products developed using federal funds if the original patent holder does not make them available to the public on reasonable terms. Now, who decides what the reasonable terms are? I don't know. This really should be done with all of the patents, in my opinion, but hey, it's a start. And I will give the Biden administration credit for this fucking one thing. And I guess I'll give them credit for this one too. November saw 199,000 new jobs, unemployment down. The unemployment rate unexpectedly fell in November, reflecting signs that the labor market may not be cooling as quickly as many had initially thought. Data from the Bureau of Labor Statistics showed Friday the unemployment rate was 3.7%, down from 3.9% in October, while the U.S. economy added 199,000 jobs. So good. I do support the lowering of the unemployment rate, even though it's very hard to get excited about Joe Biden. Why? Well, it's because of reasons like this. It's because despite all the journalists being killed, despite all the children being killed, despite all the innocent people being killed, he's still taking to his Twitter and using it for shit like this. Today I spoke with Prime Minister Netanyahu to express my concern for the remaining hostages and to note that it was Hamas' refusal to release women civilian hostages that broke down the humanitarian pause. We will continue to pursue every opportunity to free them. Not going to call them out, not going to use his position to try to save any children's lives, just more. It's all Hamas' fault for everything. I was also clear about the importance of the continuous and sustained flow of humanitarian aid to Gaza and my concern regarding extremist violence committed against the Palestinians in the West Bank. Then do something about it. I emphasize the critical need to protect civilians as Israel defends itself from Hamas. You're the only one, Joe Biden, who can do anything about it. You could speak out. You could stand up to him. You could stop this if you are willing to do what it took, but you are not. This is all just flowery words. Your actions prove what you really believe, and your actions were to send them bigger bombs. Your actions were to ask for $14 billion more so they can continue this ethnic cleansing. Your actions were to take away all the government oversight so we don't even know what the fuck you're doing. Your actions were to take off all the restrictions on what weapons they can use. That's what your actions were, Joe Biden. Your words don't mean goddamn shit. And that's my Ride with Biden section. And that's my show, folks. I'll read the super chats. If you bail out, please hit the like button before you go. Subscribe. Become a patron. All of the things, I'd appreciate it. Linda, Debbie Wasserman Schultz, one of the big offenders. Yeah, definitely part of the problem. Django, game over, unfortunately. Belly up. Gwick, $10. I'm a veteran and a leftist. The whole situation is disgusting. Israel is clearly committing war crimes. Hamas is clearly a terrorist organization. The IDF also qualifies as a terrorist organization. Yep. Two groups of terrorists with the Palestinian people caught in the crossfire. Metametheus, I'm sure at least 90% of the 200,000 lives we ended in the Iraq. YouTube may be typing different crazy. We're adults. Or we disallowed 20,000 plus children, yet a repeat. It's Groundhog Day. Never enough evil for this country to commit. Genocide Joe has got to go. Agreed, but I'm hoping more people help me make it happen instead of fight me on it. We'll see. Osazuwa Amayo, you said my name right the second time, and I was able to sub to your Patreon. Love your work. I owe you for not donating all this time. I'm a little girl time watcher and love how you evolved through the years. I appreciate it. I don't know which time I said it right, but I'm bad at pronouncing names. I apologize. But thank you for your generosity, and it's good to see you tonight, and I appreciate you. It's a prayer bow, free Palestine. Hell yeah. Some jerk. What's up, Dusty? Started a little late, so we'll catch up as I go, but wanted to say thanks for not purging me and people. I mean, I'm not purging anybody personally. It's a self-purge. I'm just telling people what I think. And if you would rather protect the people doing this than stand up against it, eliminate yourself. Now, you don't have to. I'm not going to do it, but I'm just making the suggestion. A lot of people are taking me up on it, which is fine. I would rather not have a giant audience if it's going to be people that I would be ashamed of. Vote for the high priest of the Church of Painful Truth, Dusty Hastash 2024. I'd vote for Hastash, or I'd vote for me. That's for sure. Free Palestine. Hell yeah. Thank you, Bridge. Metamethius. That's what it is. Metamethius, right? No, you effed it up again. God damn it. Metamethius? Okay, Metamethius. Whatever. Sounds like meth. Metamethius. All right. I'll try to get it right. Please don't skip my previous. I already did it. All right, cool. Anything else pop up? Biden got to go, and so does the Dark Brandon emoji. I do need to get rid of it. You're right. I'm sorry. I'll work on that. Stay real, Dusty. Trans rights. Thank you, Jason Ashby. And thank you, everybody who donated tonight. Very generous. I appreciate you. I'll be back on Monday? Hell yeah, I get 2 days off. Weekend! It's the great thing about doing 3 shows. The weekend actually means something again. So I'm going to have fun. I'm going to play Arizona Sunshine 2 on VR this weekend. That's my plans. So we're going to do the after party right now. Available to all the patrons and all the Dust Buddies. So if you're not a patron, please sign up for a patron. There's a link in the description of this video. It's whatever you can afford. I'm not greedy, but the more the better, obviously. And you get exclusive access to all the content. So we're going to do another 20, 25-minute show right now on Patreon. So going to do the after party, but the kitty party first. The rest of you I'll see on Monday, and I love you. Good night. All right, let's play I Hate Christmas, an original song by Dusty Smith when we do the kitty party. Boom. It's available on YouTube for anybody that wants to listen to it. All right, kitty party time. They gonna know what's up as soon as I get up. You guys ready? Yeah, Daddy. Switch over now. Thank you, El Mesco. Carolyn Mickle. Gotcha. Just for the kiddies. Good night.